Hello, everyone, and welcome to Triple Play Analytics. My name is Hassan Butler, and I'll be your host. This is our inaugural episode, so allow me to give you a rundown of how TPA works. On TPA, we have two versions of each podcast, a short, condensed analysis and a more long, in-depth analysis. Each analysis is going to be data-driven, stat-led, facts-based only. That's how we do it here at TPA. And we usually look at NBA, MLB, and NHL in particular. Those are the three leagues and sports we thrive on. As you know, my name is Hassan Butler. I'm a sophomore at Carnegie Mellon there. I'm studying computer science. And without further ado, let's get into our first episode. So today we're talking some hockey. We're talking Nikita Kucherov versus William Karlsson. And in my mind, the two frontrunners of the Hart Memorial Trophy. So the data I looked at was just, basic scoring data, assists, goals, points, shot selection, Corsi values, time on ice. And I looked at games 30 to 54, and that I think in my mind is the sludge or the middle of the season, that crux of the season where you see growth in players and see how well they've adapted to the new NHL season. So from what I got here is Nikita Kucherov. Well, from early on in the season and more or less last year, he's in these 25 games, he scored less. But he kept up his point production just because he was passing the puck more. He was working more on his team-oriented play rather than early on in the season when he was just scoring. But, however, that kind of took a toll because he increased his ice vision. His vision of the ice and just finding his teammates like Yanni Gourde, Steven Stamkos got so much better, but that took away from him taking shots, which is really one of his fortes, his shot. But then if we move over to William Karlsson of the Las Vegas Golden Knights, he just kept steadily scoring goals. That's just the one thing he's insanely good at. He's got this great wrist shot, great one-timer that's deadly on the power play. And, he kept passing the puck well. His assist rate was normal. And he continued shooting. Even in games where he didn't score at all, he just kept shooting and shooting and shooting. For example, he didn't score at all, but he put up 3 shots one game. He scored once, he put up 5 shots another game. The game before, scored once, put up 4. He just constantly is shooting and shooting, which has allowed him to really grow as a player because he has the speed to move quickly through the neutral zone. He's very good defensively, has really good hands for passing, but his shooting has just allowed him to become and grow a better offensive player, a better two-way forward. He doesn't have the necessary strength to be that power forward that James Neal is like, his fellow teammate, but he has the ability to just grow and continue building strength and becoming a power forward or even an elite sniping forward. But right now he's that prototypical two-way forward that's really had this breakout year. So when it comes to the Hart Trophy, the NHL MVP award, in my mind, the Hart goes to the player that is most valuable to their team. That's like the textbook definition of what the Hart Memorial Trophy is. In Kucherov, he's extremely important to the Tampa Bay Lightning. But the Tampa Bay Lightning have depth. They have Yanni Gourde. They have Tyler Johnson. They have Vladislav Nemesnikov. They have Braden Point. They have Steven Stamkos. They have this forward depth that's just crazy. So taking Kucherov off, yes, you lose that, offensive prowess, that elite offensive sense, but you don't lose much because Steven Stamkos by himself can still score, and Yanni Gourde has been playing absolutely amazing. The young 25-year-old from Canada, he's been playing great. But if you take William Karlsson off of the Vegas Golden Knights, they don't have much depth. Yes, their team is mostly depth players, but other than James Neal, you don't have that scoring on the Vegas Golden Knights. So in my mind, the heart goes to William Karlsson, just because he's played insanely well and grown insanely well. He's become their go-to scorer behind Jonathan Marchessault and James Neal. So this will conclude our inaugural episode. If you have any questions or comments, just leave them below, or you can tweet at me at _SVish, or you can send us an email, tripleplayanalytics@gmail.com. Thank you all very much for listening. Hope you have a good day. And if you could, like and subscribe. That helps a lot. So thank you very much.